This is Gemara Nedarim Daf Nun Aleph. Today's share has been generously sponsored as an incredible zechus, refuah shleima and atzlacha for Yitzchok ben Devoyer Rezel. V'siyata d'shmaya, the learning of the entire Chabura should allow Yitzchok ben Devoyer Rezel to continuously make the right decisions, continue trying to get better and better on an upward trajectory. V'siyata d'shmaya. We're holding on the very bottom of Nun Amid Beis, and we ended off with quite intriguing and interesting stories about Bar Kapara and Rebbe, seemingly a bit difficult to understand. Hopefully today we'll get a little bit more clarity as we see a little bit deeper into these stories. Hopefully today will allow us to get a little bit more clarity on what was going on. So we're holding on the bottom of Nunam Beis, and says the Gemara, 3 lines from the bottom. Yoima dechayich bei Rebbe. Any day that Rebbe would laugh, excuse me, Asya Puranyasa le'alma. Puranias, punishment will come to the world on any day that Rebbe would laugh. The Mefarshim explain, Rebbe was the Gadol Adar, Rebbe was the leader, and therefore for one moment Rebbe would laugh. That would be a moment that he wasn't fully connected, whatever that means, on his level, and that could bring punishments. Amar Leila Bar Kapara. So Rebbe told Bar Kapara, it seems very clear that Bar Kapara is a Talmud of Rebbe, but at the same time he was able to speak a bit differently to Rebbe. So Rebbe told Bar Kapara, Lo itavdichon, do not make me laugh. I don't want to bring Paranias to the world, and if you don't make me laugh, I will give you 40 measures of wheat. So Amar Lei. So Bar Kapara said to Rebbe, no problem, but lech zimar. But you should see, excuse me, 1 second. Where did here it is. Lech zimar. Rebbe, look, the chol garvita de beina shekilna. But let me see that I'm going to take a large measure. You told me I'll get 40 measures if I don't make you laugh, but make sure that those measures that I'm going to get are the big ones. Second, we're having a little bit issue with the page of the Gemara here. Let's make it a drop bigger. There we go. Let's make sure, says Bar Kapara, that the ones that I get are going to be the big ones. So shakal, so now, again, let's note, and this is the last time we're going to make the disclaimer for today. Of course, there are many pshatim. Anyone who has an article, you click on the bottom, numerous pshatim, all other mafarshim, exactly what transpires in these stories. They are quite difficult, but let's at least try to go for a pashib shot. So again, Rebbe tells his Talmud Bar Kapara, don't make me laugh, 40 measures of wheat. So what did Bar Kapara do? Shakal dikula rabba. He takes a large basket, chayfei, and what does he do? He coats it in kofra with pitch, with tar, v'sachvei al reishei, and he turns it upside down. Some Mefarshim learn not that he turns it upside down, that he put a basket on his head, so Rebbe couldn't tell who he was. V'azal amar le, and he comes to Rebbe and he says, Leichli mar, arbarn gavi chiti. Rebbe, fill up for me, deresheni bach. Rebbe, fill up my 40 measures of wheat that you owe me in this big basket. Rebbe loses it. Rebbe sees this funny joke. Achlich Rebbe. Rebbe starts to laugh. Amar le, Rebbe says, Lavas darticha delot avdichon, did I not tell you not to make your laugh? Amar le, Bar Kapara says, Chidi dereshina kanasimna. I'm just taking the wheat that I have a claim on. Again, it sounds chutzpahdik. Sounds Bar Kapara is not listening to his Rebbe, but let's go on. Amar le, Bar Kapara librat. Continues the Gemara 6 lines down in Aleph Amid Aleph. Bar Kapara says to Rebbe's daughter, the Rebbe, and again, this is going back. Yesterday we saw about this lavish, incredible, extravagant, opulent wedding feast that's being made for the son of Rebbe. So Bar Kapara tells the daughter of Rebbe, Lemachar Shatina Chamra, tomorrow I'm going to drink wine, Birikuda Da'avuch, while your father Rebbe dances, and while your mother sings. Now, what exactly that means, her mother is singing, different pshatim. Ben Elyasa. So now this is referring to at the chasana of Rebbe's son. So Bar Kapara is commenting, he's going to dance with Rebbe and listen to Rebbe's mother sing, whatever that means. So Ben Elyasa chasnei de Rebbe. So Ben Elyasa was the son-in-law of Rebbe. The Asher Gadol Ave. and it seemed and seemingly wealth ran in the family, and Ben Elias was wealthy as well. So Azamne lebehilula Rav Shimon b'Rebbe. So Bar Kapara was invited to the wedding. Amar le Bar Kapara. So Bar Kapara says le Rebbe, my toyeva. He's sitting at the chassan of Rebbe's son at this opulent, extravagant party, and he says to Rebbe, what does the word toyeva mean? Called Amar le Rebbe, whatever Rebbe would answer, Ta'achenu toyeva parchi Bar Kapara. Bar Kapara would say, no, it's not what it means. Amar le. So Rebbe says, okay, Pershayat, you Bar Kapara, tell me what it means. Amar le, Teisi devitcha. So Bar Kapara says, you want me to tell you what Te'eva means? Teisi devitcha, tarmi li natla. Your wife should come, devitcha should come, and pour me a cup to drink. Also, so Rebbe's wife comes, and Ram Yolei, she pours a drink to Bar Kapara. Amar Leila Rebbe, Bar Kapara is not done. He says to Rebbe, Kom Rakad Li, get up and dance for me. Get up for a dance for me, De'emar Lacha, and then I will tell you Pshat, what does the word Ta'eva mean? Rebbe dances, and Bar Kapara explains, Achi Amar Achmana, Ta'eva means Taya at ba. You're straying with her. The word Ta'eva, abomination, Bar Kapara explained means that one is straying, one is not acting appropriately. Lekasa achrana, continues the Gemara. Bar Kapara wasn't satisfied with his 1 cup of wine, and he wants more. Lekasa achrana, to get another cup of wine. Amar le, he turns to Rebbe and he says, my tevel. Okay, you explain to me what Toyeva is. But what does the word tevel mean? Amar le kin yana kadma. So Rebbe again tries to give him answers, and Bar Kapara asks questions. Rebbe says, what do you want? Bar Kapara says, a cup of wine. Rebbe gives a cup of wine. Bar Kapara says, okay, dance. He dances. And Amar le, and finally Bar Kapara says, Avid li, do for me what we did before. Daimer lacha, what I'll tell you. Avad, so Rebbe did it, and Amar le, Bar Kapara finally explains, Tevel, what does it mean? Hu tavlin yesh ba. The word tevel comes that there's a spice in this. Mi shanya. Hada bia min kulin bias. So the pasuk of Tevel is used in a pasuk referring to Tashmish, referring to bia. So says the Gemara, why is this bia different than other bias? Amar le. So Bar Kapara. So why? Meaning that's the way to translate the pasuk. Truth is, we could pull up the pasuk for a moment. The pasuk says, "V'asher yivshkevu." V'chol, where's Tevel? Here it is, the second pasuk. V'chol behema lo siteish chavcha l'tama ba v'isha lo yisamod lefnei behema. A woman should not stand in front of a behema l'riva, to watch the animal relations. Tevel hu. So the pasuk says that for a woman to stand in front of the animal is mating is considered a tevel, and the Gemara is explaining what is so different, what is so unique, this type of tashmish than other types of tashmish. And so the Torah is somewhat asking a question. Why is this different? What are you sitting here watching the animals mate? Amar le, so Bar Kapara continues, and he's not done. And Bar Kapara continues and says to Rabbi Umay Zima, what's pshat in the word Zima? Amar le avid ki inyana kadma. So Rabbi agrees to do like before, give him the cup of drink, dance, etc. Avid v'amar le, Bar Kapara responds, Zu mahi. You know what the word Zima comes from? The Zima comes from the word of Zu mahi. This, what is it? Lo Zumahi, what is this? That a form of zima, a form of perverseness, a form of illicit relationships is Zumahi. The result is, what is this? Of course, just explain. Why is Rebbe making a fool of himself, dancing and all these different things? So that part we can understand. Rebbe's love for Torah was so much, he was willing to go and make fun of himself just to get pshat in what a word meant. But now, lo yachil ben Elyasa lemisval. Ben Elyasa, the son-in-law of Rebbe, was not able to stand the disgusting way, the inappropriate way that Bar Kapara was talking. Come v'nafeku v'anitzei mi ta'aman. He and his wife got up and left. And again, many different ways of learning what happened here in the Gemara. My Ben Elyasa, the Gemara now parenthetically comments, what is this Ben Elyasa? The Tanya, Loi Lechinam says, the Braisa, Loy lechinam pizer ben Elyasa was ma'asav. Not for nothing did Ben Elyasa spend his money. He got this very special haircut, but it wasn't for naught. You know why Ben Elyasa did it? El laharois behen tisbayre shel koyin gadol. Ben Elyasa used his wealth for good reasons, comments the Gemara, to show what is the haircut, the unique haircut of a koyin gadol who got a haircut daily. Dechsev, as the pasuk says, ksus yichsemu es roisheihem, that they're going to trim their heads. And Tana, the Brisa explains, Kein lulinis, that this is like a lulinic haircut. My lulinis, what type of haircut is this? Amar Rav Yehuda, Tisbayres Yechidita, Tisbayres Yechidita. It's a very special and unique haircut. Hechi Dami, how do you do it? Amar Rava, Rosh Shalzeb Sadikar Shalzeb, that each hair ends where the next hair begins. And this is the Tisbayres Shal Kohen Gadol. So comments the Gemara on Elyasa, the son-in-law of Rebbe, explains to the Gemara how he used his wealth for beautiful purposes. To explain Gemaras, to explain what exactly happened, to understand the haircut of the Kohen Gadol. And that's the end of the Gadata. Gives a little bit of an insight on who this character Bar Kapara was and his unique relationship with Rebbe. We continue 6 lines from the Mishnah on an Aleph. And Aleph, the Mishnah quotes the Gemara, quotes the Mishnah that says, "Delas harmutza." My delas harmutza. What is this dish? Amar Shmuel Kara Karkuzai. You know what this is? A gourd from Karkuzai. Rav Ashi Amar Delas Hatamuna Piremet. You know what this is? A gourd that is baked in ashes. Ace Ravina, the Rav Ashi, you Ravina asked Rav Ashi, you say that it's a delas that's hidden in ashes. Rav Nechemia Imer delas armoyis. He delas mitzris. The Rav Nechemia learns and teaches us that an Armenian gourd is the same thing as an Egyptian gourd, and klayim im a yavanis, and it's considered klayim with a yavanis, so it's seemingly clearly not a yavanis type of gourd. Klayim im ramutza, and similarly it's klayim with the ramutza gourd, so you can't explain to me. Rav Ashi was learning that what is this ramutza gourd? It is a delas atmuna beremetz, but proves the Gemara that it is impossible to say this because both the delas Armenia and the delas Mitzri are going to be kalayim. So says the Gemara, we clearly see that this ramutza delas is a different type of delas, and not like Shmuel. Excuse me, as Shmuel just asked, not like Rav Ashi, and therefore says the Gemara, Tiyofta is indeed a question. We continue with the Mishnah on the bottom of Nun Aleph, Amid Aleph. Ha-noidar mi maisa kedeira, continuing the theme of this parak, which is going to be that Nedarim go by the way the word is normally used. So someone makes a neder, mi maisa kedeira, Ein aser ella mimaisa risichsa. What is forbidden? A dish that's made with a lot of boiling. Amar koinam hayori likadera. If someone says, and this actually is a restatement, we should really say, of the previous Mishnah. It's not really a new Mishnah. We really learned this previously. The fact that there's the big bold Mishnah over here, the Mefarshim discuss. So, ein aser elo l'maisa resachsa. Amar kodim hayoyri l'kedera. But if you say what's forbidden is that which goes into the pot, then shani toyim, I won't taste. Aster b'chol nasa b'kedera, then everything is forbidden. So, Tani, we learned in a Brisa, 7 lines to the bottom of the Aleph, and Aleph ha'neider min hayoyri l'kedera aser b'yori le'elfes. You made a neder of that which goes into the pot. You're forbidden even that which goes into the pan, because the way of cooking normally used to be that you first cooked it in a pan and then in a pot. Shekvar yori l'kedera kodim sheri le'elfes. For the reason being, it already went into the pot before it went into the pan. I think I said it backwards. Minayeri le'elfes, but so mina neder that which goes into the pan, mutter. B'yeri l'kedera, you let to have that which goes into a pot. And you let to have that which goes in a pot, because that which goes in the pan does not necessarily first go in the pot. Minanase b'kedera. But continues the Brisa, if so makes a neder from that which is finished in a pot, mutar binase be'ilfis. He's allowed to have that which is finished in a pan, minanase be'ilfis, mutar nase be'keter. And again, the simple understanding here that the neder goes by that which you said. If you made a neder specifically on something that's finished over here, doesn't mean this other entity. Hanoider min hayeri l'tanur continues the price of so makes a neder of that which goes into an oven. In also elo b'pas. When one says stam, that which goes into an oven, he's referring to bread. V'mamar kol ma'isa tanur alai. Then also b'chol nasis b'tanur. But if he says all the ma'isa tanur, all the foods that are made in an oven are forbidden to me, then indeed everything is asur. Then he's not only forbidding bread, but rather he's forbidding anything that would go into the oven. We turn over to Nun Alpha Mebeis and we quote the Mishnah. Min ha-kavush. An important detail we have to know is anytime you have the hey idea, it's the. So if someone makes an eder min ha-kavush from the preserved food, in asr ela min ha-kavush shel yarek, then what do we assume he's referring to? What is the quintessential? What is the v? What is the ha-kavush? That is referring to preserved vegetables. Kavush, min ha-kavush shel yarek. Kavush ani toyim. But if someone makes a neder that I'm not going to taste any preserved foods, asr b'chol hakvushim, all preserved foods are forbidden. Continues the Mishnah. Min ha-shaluk. Someone says that shaluk, which when we learned the Mishnah, we explained that what that means is food that is not fully cooked. Eino asr min ha-shaluk shel basar. What is ha-shaluk? The not fully cooked food that is referring to meat. Shal shani toyim asr b'chol ha-shalukim. So says the Gemara, Amar le'Ravacha, Bereit Rav Avi Rav Ashi, Amar dikavish mai. So in the Mishnah we so clearly differentiated between ha-kavush and min ha-kavush. If you say ha-kavush, the, that's the quintessential, that's the spitz, that's the one item that's referred to. If you said min ha-kavushin, that's everything. But ask the Gemara, what if someone says dikavish, that which is preserved? Mai, dishalik mai. If someone says that which is not fully cooked, it's mai, that which is roasted. Demaliach mai, that which is salted. Heichan mashma, what does that infer? Says the Gemara Tibaya, as we've seen, that is a question, that is a word similar to teku, that the question remains unresolved. Then we continue with the second Mishnah on Nun Aleph Amir Beis. Says the Mishnah min hatzeli. Again, the same theme as the previous Mishnah. So makes a neder from the sli, from the roasted. Whoa, excuse me. I don't know what just happened. We just lost our highlighter. There it is. Min hatzeli. Then in asr ella min hatzli shal basar. Divi Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda says, what is the quintessential sli roasted food? Roasted meat. Divrei Rabbi Yehuda tzli shani taim says, I'm not going to taste roasted food. Asr b'chol hatzliyim. Then he's forbidden from eating all roasted foods. Min ha-moliach, asr ela min ha-moliach shal dag. What's the salted entity? Fish. Maliach shani taim, I won't taste any salted food. Asr b'chol miluchim, all types of fish. Dog, he's asr in all types of fish. Dogim shani taim. If he says fish and fishes, plural, that I will not taste, asr b'chol, asr ben being dolim being ketanim. Bein min alucha, bein mitzvalim, whether they're salted or unsalted, bein chayim, bein mevushalim, whether they're raw or cooked. Umutter, what is not included when he says dogim? Umutter b'taris terufa, this dish of taris terufa, batzir, which is some type of brine and some type of chopped up food. Anoider min haschana, hasachana. If someone makes a neder from sachana, he's forbidden to eat asr b'taris terufa, but umutter b'batzir, he's allowed to have this brine fish type of dish, umur yas, and the fish juice. Hanoider mitaris terufa. If someone says explicitly taris terufa, then aser batzir umurias. So says the Gemara Tanya. We learned in our Bryce, this is going to comment on the word dogim. What is these type of fish that we're referring to? Rav Shimon Elazar Aimer dog shani tayim. If he says the word dog, what does that refer to? Aser bigedailim umuter bigetanim. That refers to the big fish. Dogah shani tayim with a hey, then aser bigetanim umuter bigedailim. Then he's forbidden to eat the ketanim, but he's allowed to eat the large fish. Dogah shani tayim. If he said both, then aser bigedailim bigetanim. Says Rabba Tabaya, Mimai did dog shani tayim gadol. How do you know that the word dog isolated refers to the big fish? The pasuk says that Hashem prepared a dog, to swallow yaina. So obviously, dog, singular, dog, dalet gimel, refers to a large fish. But I asked the Gemara, V'aksiv v'yisrael yaina el Hashem elikav mimei ha-dogga. It says the yaina diamond from the stomach of the dogga. And we just said dogga is a small fish. So what was this fish that swallowed yaina? Was it a big or a small fish? Explains the Gemara on the first wide line on the bottom of Nun Aleph Amud Beis, Haloi Kasha, Dilma Palte Gal Gadol Balia Dog Katan. First, a large fish swallowed up Yaina, and then he spit him out, and then a small fish swallowed him up afterwards. Ella asked the Gemara of Hadaga Shebiyar Misa. What do we do with the pasuk that says the fish Daga in the river died? This is by Mitzrayim. This is by Makas Adam. Mesa Ketanim and Mesu Ketailim, like Mesu says the Gemara, where did we ever hear such a thing? Only the small fish died in Makas Dam Ela Daga, says the Gemara, Mashma Ketailim Masha Ketanim. The word Daga refers to both. By Nedarim, as we've seen, this is the general rule. We go by the Lashon and the Adam, we go by the way people talk. And the way that people talk is Dog is large fish and Daga is small fish. And we conclude today's share with the end of the Aleph Amud Beis that says, what is the status of the Harei Alei Sichin are also for me? What is he including? Is he including the fish brine, the fish juice or not? Says the Gemara Tibai. We're going to have to wait for Eliyahu Navi to come to answer up that question. We'll pick it up from the bottom of Nun Aleph Amud Beis in the next year, B'siyata Dishmaya.